In this Simply English podcast, we'll explore how English conversations, listening practice, and daily sentences can enhance your language skills. Listening helps strengthen your listening, speaking, and comprehension abilities, making it easier to understand context, tone, and meaning for effective communication. It also helps you expand your vocabulary, improve your grammar, enhance your pronunciation, and develop a natural accent. Let's start now.
The title of this podcast is I Can Understand English, but I Can't Speak. I'm Sara, your language learning coach, and with me is John, an English learner who has been on an inspiring journey to improve his speaking skills.
Hi everyone. I've been learning English for quite some time now. I can watch movies, read articles, and even understand conversations. But when it's my turn to speak, I freeze. I know I'm not alone in this, and that's why we're talking about it today.
That's right. Many learners feel stuck at this stage, but the good news is you can break through it. In today's episode, we'll talk about why this happens and how you can start speaking English with confidence. Segment 1, Why Can I Understand But Not Speak? John, let's start with this question. Why do you think you can understand English but struggle to speak?
Well, I think it's because I don't get enough speaking practice. I also feel nervous and afraid of making mistakes.
That's completely normal. Many learners focus a lot on passive skills, like listening and reading, but don't get enough active practice, speaking and writing. Also, fear of mistakes can hold you back. But here's the secret. Mistakes are actually proof that you're learning.
That makes sense. So, I need to practice speaking more often.
Exactly. And not just practice, smart practice. Let's go over some strategies that will help. Segment 2, Strategies to Start Speaking English Confidently. Tip 1, Think in English. One powerful way to improve speaking is to think in English. Instead of translating from your native language, try forming thoughts directly in English.
That's interesting. How do I start doing that?
Start small. For example, when you wake up, think, I am getting out of bed. When you see something, name it in English. Over time, your brain will get used to thinking in English naturally. Tip 2, Speak out loud every day. Practice speaking every day, even if you're alone. Describe what you're doing, talk about your plans, or even read aloud.
I like that. Maybe I can talk to myself about my daily routine.
Exactly. And if you want to make it more fun, try recording yourself and listening back. It helps you notice areas for improvement. Tip 3, Shadowing Technique. Have you heard of the shadowing technique, John?
No, what's that?
It's when you listen to a native speaker and repeat what they say immediately, like an echo. It helps improve pronunciation, rhythm, and fluency.
That sounds like a great exercise. I could try it with movies or podcasts.
Tip 4, Join a speaking community. Practicing alone is great, but real conversations are even better. Join an online speaking club, find a language partner, or even use apps like HelloTalk or Tandem.
That's a good idea. But what if I feel shy?
Remember, everyone in these communities is learning too. Start with short conversations, and gradually your confidence will grow. Tip 5, Use simple sentences first. A common mistake is trying to speak perfectly from the start. Instead, use simple sentences.
So, I don't have to speak like a native right away?
Not at all. The goal is to communicate. As you gain confidence, you can add more complex words and expressions. Tip 6, Learn useful phrases and patterns. Instead of memorizing single words, learn phrases and sentence patterns. For example, instead of just learning the word recommend, learn how to use it. Can you recommend a good book?
That makes sense. It's like learning Lego pieces to build sentences.
Now, let's talk about fear, because this is what stops most people.
Yeah, I always worry about making mistakes or sounding silly.
Here's a mindset shift. Speaking is about communication, not perfection. Even native speakers make mistakes.
That's true. So, how do I stop worrying so much?
Here are some tips. 1. Focus on the message, not the mistakes. If someone understands you, you're already succeeding. 2. Slow down. You don't have to rush. Speaking slowly helps you think. 3. Celebrate small wins. Every conversation is progress.
I love that. I'll start seeing mistakes as learning opportunities.
That's the spirit. Final thoughts and call to action. So, to everyone listening, don't let fear hold you back. You already understand English, which means you can learn to speak it fluently.
And don't wait for the perfect moment. Start speaking today, even if it's just a few words.
That's right. Try one of the tips we discussed today and share your progress with us. You've got this. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend and keep practicing. See you next time.
Keep practicing, keep improving. See you in the next lesson. Subscribe for more.